is going on, guys? It's Kickvex here, and today we're exploring one of the most emotional, dramatic, and unforgettable journeys football has ever seen. This isn't just a career recap. This is the story of a boy who grew up with a ball at his feet, became one of the most entertaining players on the planet, conquered England, mesmerized the world, and then watched it all slip away because of moments that changed everything. It is a story of pure talent, heartbreaking decline, and a redemption arc that reminded everyone why Eden Hazard will always be one of the greats. Tonight, we're diving deep into the rise, fall, and redemption of Eden Michael Hazard, a journey from the streets of Belgium to the global stage, from cheers louder than thunder to criticism that cut deep, and finally to a quiet comeback that showed what true class looks like. So sit back, because this one is special. Eden Hazard was born into a home where football wasn't just a sport, it was the language spoken daily. Both of his parents played, his brothers grew up with the same passion, and Eden was the silent kid who learned everything by watching. People who knew him as a child always talk about the same thing. The ball was a part of him. He didn't run next to it. He moved with it like it was attached to him by a string. Hazard would spend hours in the backyard creating little dribbling challenges for himself, copying moves he saw on TV, and inventing new ones. He wasn't interested in being stronger or faster than the other kids. He wanted to be more graceful, more creative, more unpredictable. Coaches said he had balance like a dancer and instincts like a street player who learned football by surviving tight spaces. His early days shaped him into a player who feared nothing. Not defenders, not pressure, not expectations. Hazard grew up believing football should be played with joy, and his future career would become proof of that philosophy. Hazard's professional journey exploded the moment he joined Lille. He was still a teenager. He still looked like a boy, but he played like someone who had been doing this for a lifetime. Every touch felt deliberate. Every dribble felt effortless. Every moment he had the ball, fans leaned forward knowing something could happen. The French league became his playground. He was the spark in every match, the one who changed tempo, the one who made defenders hesitate, the one who turned simple attacks into highlight reels. By 19, he had already won the Young Player of the Year award twice. The country knew he was special, and the rest of Europe started paying attention. Then came the season that changed his trajectory forever. Hazard led Lille to a historic league and cup double, and became the heartbeat of the team. The spotlight was now blinding. The comparisons to legends were starting. The biggest clubs in the world lined up for him. Hazard was no longer just a rising star. He was a phenomenon. When Hazard announced he was joining Chelsea in 2012, it didn't take long for people to understand why the hype was real. The Premier League is known for being physical, fast, and unforgiving. But Hazard didn't adapt to England. England adapted to him. For 7 seasons, he was the most electrifying player in the league. Every time he stepped onto the pitch, there was a sense of excitement. Hazard took on defenders like they were part of a training exercise. He could glide past 3 players, shrug off tackles, and finish with a calmness that didn't seem human. Stamford Bridge had seen legends before, but Hazard brought something different. He brought magic. He became the engine behind title-winning squads, carried Chelsea through tough seasons, and delivered unforgettable moments that are still replayed today. The solo goal against Arsenal, the runs against Liverpool, the goals that turned games around without warning. Hazard was the cheat code of the Premier League, a player who made the impossible look ordinary. His final season at Chelsea felt like a goodbye tour. Every match felt like a gift. Every performance felt like a reminder of how much he had given to English football. When Real Madrid came calling, it felt like the final chapter of a dream he had earned. Hazard arrived in Madrid as one of the most expensive signings in football history. Expectations were enormous, but the excitement was even bigger. Madrid fans believed he would become the next superstar, the one to take over after Ronaldo, the one to restore the spark. But fate had a different plan. Just weeks after signing, Hazard suffered the injury that changed everything. What looked minor became the beginning of a nightmare. Surgeries followed. Setbacks became routine. Every comeback attempt ended in more pain. The body that once moved like silk suddenly struggled to keep up with his own instincts. Hazard went from the Premier League's most feared dribbler to a player fighting for minutes. Not because he lost talent, but because injuries wouldn't let him show it. Criticism grew. Pressure increased. The media turned on him. Fans questioned him. And Hazard, the boy who once played with joy, now looked trapped inside a body that betrayed him. His time at Madrid became the saddest chapter of his career. A superstar who deserved to shine now spent more time watching than playing. The fall wasn't because he wasn't good enough. It was because circumstances ripped the game away from him. Even when club football was harsh, Hazard shone for his national team. Leading Belgium, he reminded fans and critics alike why he had been destined for greatness. World Cups and European Championships became his stage to shine, showcasing glimpses of the Hazard we all fell in love with. In Belgium, he wasn't defined by injuries or critics. He was a leader, a magician, and a player who carried the hopes of a nation. It was here that fans saw Hazard's resilience, his refusal to let setbacks define him entirely. Few people understood the mental toll Hazard faced. Injuries didn't just hurt his body, they gnawed at his confidence, his joy, and his identity as a footballer. Behind closed doors, he battled doubt, frustration, and the constant pressure of being a global superstar. What makes his story inspiring isn't just talent, it's mindset. Hazard had to fight for self-belief, to rediscover the love for the game amidst pain and criticism. His journey shows that mental strength is just as important as physical skill in defining a legend. Eden Hazard's career is defined not only by his dazzling skill, but also by the trophies he collected along the way. At Lille, he won the Ligue 1 title and the Coupe de France in the 2010 to 2011 season, a remarkable achievement for such a young player. His time at Chelsea was equally decorated, where he lifted 2 Premier League titles in 2014 to 2015 and 2016 to 2017. The FA Cup in 2017 to 2018, the EFL Cup in 2014 to 2015, and 2 UEFA Europa League trophies in 2012 to 2013 and 2018 to 2019. Each piece of silverware reflected his influence on the pitch, from brilliant dribbles to decisive goals, cementing his legacy as one of the most accomplished and entertaining players of his generation. Hazard's story isn't just about league titles or Champions League glory, it's about artistry, resilience, and passion. He inspired an entire generation to play with creativity, to value skill over brute force, and to enjoy the game for what it truly is, a beautiful dance on grass. Even in decline, he became a symbol that setbacks don't erase greatness, and that true respect comes from dedication, humility, and love for your craft. His name will forever be etched in football history as one of the finest talents of his generation. Beyond the stadiums and the highlights, Hazard is a man who values family, humility, and quiet moments. Interviews with teammates often describe him as approachable, warm, and deeply thoughtful. The same joy he displayed on the pitch resonates in how he treats people around him, making him a beloved figure beyond football. His charitable work and dedication to his hometown show that greatness is not just measured by goals or assists, but by character. Hazard proves that a true legend leaves a mark both on and off the field. After leaving Madrid, Hazard made a choice that surprised many. Instead of chasing money or forcing a big move, he stepped back. He returned to playing the game at a smaller stage, not to prove critics wrong, but to reconnect with the joy he had lost. Hazard's redemption wasn't a final trophy or a miracle comeback. It was the peace he found after years of pain, the respect he earned from fans worldwide, and the legacy he cemented as one of the greatest dribblers modern football has ever seen. His story reminds us that greatness isn't only about success. Sometimes, greatness is about how you respond when everything falls apart. Eden Hazard rose, he fell, and he redeemed himself not through glory, but through honesty, passion, and love for the game, a true football legend.